I am a living proof of how business can grow exponentially if you get other people involved. If we look at the first 2 to 3 years of the growth that we had with me doing everything to where we are today, it's the people. All it is just the people. And another thing that if we look at some of the earlier problems, we would sell our way out of problems. Now I have the mentality of hiring our way out of problems. If there's a problem, just hire for it, right? And then start utilizing some of the technologies that are out there too. There's so much out there, and finding the right people to guide us too. Because I can go online, I can type in how do I use AI in my business, but dude, I get so much and I get so overwhelmed. So we're going to be looking for people to guide our way into some of these technologies.
This episode is brought to you by 10X Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10X Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by Rakowski Law Firm. If you're a business owner or have built a level of wealth, but you don't have your estate plan dialed in, you're exposed. Rakowski Law Firm helps families and business owners protect their assets, avoid probate, and make sure everything transfers exactly how it should. This isn't just paperwork, it's a real strategy to protect your legacy. If you haven't looked at your plan in a while or don't have one, go to rakowskilawfirm.com. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Builder's Bible. I'm joined by Alosha Pederson, who is a friend of mine on Facebook who I met, and I think I saw some of your posts on there, and I saw that you have a epoxy company, so concrete coating. And so Alosha is the founder, owner of Endless Poxybilities, and I'm excited to dive into it because I literally know nothing about concrete coating. So that is going to make this a fun conversation. But just tell us the story of your business, man. How'd you guys get started?
Yeah, so I like to joke that it was a lapse in judgment. The way that I got into the industry is a little bit, different than people typically get into home improvements, right? So you'll either have somebody that, worked in the trade, or they've ran a business, or they've done this and that. I had a great job. I was working in manufacturing and fabrication. Had no intentions of getting in this space particularly. Some things happened during the COVID times that kind of pushed me out to look at different directions in life. And then I came across the coating specifically by accident. I had a friend of mine that posted, he took the most beautiful jobs he's ever done, posted them on Facebook, and I came across it. And really got obsessed with it. I didn't know anybody else that was really in the space here in Minnesota specifically either. So kind of went down that rabbit hole, made that jump in 2022. I went out and found 3 of the best people in the world that I could find, asked them to, give this a shot with me. And here we are today. We've had kind of a journey the last 3 years. Here in Minnesota specifically, we've been able to grow it. We are the largest family, privately owned concrete coating company in Minnesota. And today we are serving 3 different territories. So the North Twin Cities, South Twin Cities, and then we just completed an acquisition west of Minnesota. So,
Tell us about that. That's curious. So not a lot of trades guys I talk to are actively trying to acquire other companies. Did they come to you? Did you find them? What did that look like?
Yeah, so we have kind of we'll call it an aggressive growth plan. But the goal is to be $100 million home improvement company by 2033. So as we're trying to figure out how we can get there in a short amount of time, we started looking at greenfielding locations, right? So that's the first thing we did, was we greenfield their location about an hour and a half south. And that was kind of our playground, right? Just a way for us to figure out how that works. And then the next step in that was, hey, we got to learn how to acquire other companies. So we seriously sat down and we looked at this back in early 2025. We gave ourselves a year to get it done. And then from there, dude, I just went on YouTube. I watched and listened to every single podcast that I possibly could on people acquiring companies. And then this particular company that we ended up partnering with was somebody that I personally knew. He was in that perfect place in time where he wanted to get out. And then we were actively looking for companies to acquire. So that worked out really, really well. And again, it was a practice round of, getting one under your belt. And then, the first one's always going to be the hardest of anything you do. And it's close enough to home. It's 3 hours away from where we are right now. So it was a really neat process. Learned a lot, still learning a lot from it, and just looking forward to the next one now.
This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team. What's up, everybody? This episode is sponsored by ExitWise. If you're a business owner thinking about selling your company, whether that's now or years down the road, you need to know what your business is actually worth and how to maximize that exit. That's exactly what ExitWise does. They help you prepare, position, and ultimately sell your business by assembling a world-class team of M&A experts around you, guiding you from valuation all the way through closing. If you want to know what your business is really worth and how to increase that number before you sell, go check out exitwise.com and get ahead of it. Where are you guys at in terms of revenue or overall sales now with comparison to your $100 million goal?
Yeah, so last year we finished the year out at 4 million. This year we're positioned to be at 10, and that's kind of every single year we've just tried to grow 100%, right? The first couple of years were, it was a little bit easier. All you had to do was just work harder and longer.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming a little bit more complex, but that's the fun. Now I'm actually, enjoying and having fun of trying to figure out those next steps. So this year's going to be a good year. We'll go from 4 to 10.
Okay, that's more than 200%. So that's quite a growth curve. What's the big reason for the big jump this year?
Yeah, so as we looked at, the first, we'll call it 1 to the third year, it was, none of us had any experience in running a business. We didn't have any experience in setting up processes, departments. So it was, everybody's just trying to figure out as we went. This year in particular, we really structured the business correctly, like we haven't before, right? So we put a sales manager in place, right? He's in charge of hiring, training, running the sales department. We have a marketing manager in place. Each of the locations have a general manager in place that are, in charge of their own locations. We have a call center. We've built out that management structure, and then right now, currently, we're bringing in a director of operations, right? I truly feel like this company has outgrown my capabilities, to go forward. So, we're bringing on people that know what they're doing and can help take us to the next step. So, this year in particular, we just hired our way through.
That's amazing, dude. Shout out. That's incredible. And I think any good builder, so any good trades guy, one of the hardest decisions is to take a step back and get out of your own way and hire the really good number two or project manager or whatever that is. So
For sure.
kudos to you. That's amazing. Can we talk about concrete coating for a second? Maybe I'm just naive and I don't literally know what it is. Like my idea of coating is like your garage where you coat the flooring. Is that primarily what you guys do, or is it anything else?
Yeah, so with our name in particular, so our name is Endless Poxybilities, and when I started the company, the vision for it, right, Endless Poxybilities, like the vision for the company was we would go out and we do anything, everything. If you had a check and a piece of concrete, we would do it, right? And that's how we were for first couple of years, just like going out there and just figuring stuff out for years on end on different systems, different products. And then as we've grown, we've become a little bit smarter. So we've really scaled down our services and our offerings to things that are repeatable and trainable with processes. So when we talk about concrete coating, we're primarily a residential concrete coating company working with homeowners. We do very little bit of commercial work. We do not look for it. The commercial work that we do, are long-standing relationships and accounts. So on the residential side, we'll do garage, basement, patios. And our number one, I guess, product that we sell is going to be a flake floor, a polyurea flake floor, and that is a one-day system.
Hmm.
Um, some of the benefits of a concrete coating is we're able to repair the concrete, protect the concrete, and then you always have people that just want nice things, right? Even in your garage, they just want a nice floor to be able to come home and step out into. So the coating space it's in the very early stages of it being an industry, right? I mean, Google doesn't even recognize that the concrete coating space is an industry yet. I mean, that's
Hmm.
how early on we are. So there's a massive opportunity here, and I would say in the last 20 years, it's really taken off. There's been a lot of development and technologies of the coatings. They're getting better, faster, and more affordable to people too.
So interesting. I have a buddy from Rise Up Kings that does concrete coating,
Sure.
and I didn't know any of this stuff. I'm like, dude, you should. Why did you tell me about any of this stuff? So, two questions: what's going really well with your business right now, and then what are some challenges you guys are facing?
Yeah. So we did a lot of work on our marketing and our sales. So we really beefed up those departments. We had a really great plan in place to just dominate there. Right now, in the early of 2026, I think there's we'll call it a good macro environment happening right now. People are spending money, and I'm gathering this just from, talking to other people around the country. We have a really, really good year ahead of us. So we have this great plan for marketing and sales, and we're just dominating there. And that's creating a lot of pressure on our production side now, right? So it's always that seesaw, right? One department is doing good, the other one's is falling behind. So right now, our marketing and sales are just absolutely dominating, and then we're having a difficult time catching up on the production side. So like currently right now, it's all hiring and hiring the right people. We're experimenting with different ways. Like yesterday, we tried doing a group interview style with live demo. So in our shop in Zimmerman, we have a mock garage, and dude, we got 6 people in the room. We told them about our company, and then we actually went out there and spent an hour with them, watching how they hold the hand tools and doing a floor with them. So really trying to optimize for that right now.
So, what are you? Is it mainly skilled labor? Is it admin? Is it a little bit of everything that you feel like you're having to play some catch up?
Just the skilled labor, and the other part of the coating industry being so new is we don't have a labor market to go to, right? Like a window or deck builder,
Yeah.
they could go out and find that skilled labor. We have to just find these people and train them ourselves, right? Because
Have you seen any success with a certain type of trades guy that translates really well?
yeah, so some of the people that have worked really well for us are movers, right? Because
Oh.
they're typically doing something physical every single day. Um, landscape people,
Hmm.
landscape lawn people, snow people, they work very well for us. I would say those two just because they align very well to our seasonalities.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Collar Business Advisors. If you're running an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, or landscaping, or any other type of home service business and wondering where all the money is going despite growing your revenue, you need to talk to Paul Maskill. Paul has scaled and sold multiple blue collar businesses and now helps business owners improve cash flow, profitability, and financial clarity through outsourced CFO services. His clients gain a better understanding of their numbers, build predictable profits, and create a business that supports the life they actually want. One of the things I appreciate most about Paul is he's not just a finance guy. He's been in the trenches as an owner. He understands the challenges of running blue collar businesses because he's done it himself. If you're doing a few $1,000,000 a year in revenue and want to stop guessing at your numbers and start building real wealth, head over to bluecollaradvisors.com. That's thebluecollaradvisors.com and schedule a discovery call with Paul and his team. Blue Collar Business Advisors, helping blue collar business owners build financially healthy companies and achieve permanent profitability. This episode is brought to you by Corberry Digital. If you own an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, or home service business and you're tired of wondering where your next lead is coming from, you need to check out Corberry Digital. Corberry specializes exclusively in helping home service companies dominate their local markets through SEO, Google Ads, local service ads, websites, content marketing, and lead generation systems that actually produce a measurable ROI. Their team doesn't just focus on clicks and impressions, they help contractors lower customer acquisition costs, increase qualified leads, and build a marketing engine that scales. What I like about Corberry is they understand the blue collar space. They aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Their entire focus is helping trades businesses win in their backyard and generate more profitable jobs. If you're looking to grow your business, improve your online visibility, and build a marketing system that works, visit Corberry.com and schedule a strategy session with their team. That's Corberry.com. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast. Let's talk about AI for a second. How are you guys integrating it into your business?
Man, so this is one of those things where we really started getting serious about it this year, and I feel like I'm kind of late to the party with this, and now I'm just trying to figure out every way possible we could integrate it. But um, we started with Rilla and Zero. I guess that'd be kind of our first AI software that we brought in, right? The in-home sales coaching. So we started with that. We are working with Packard Solutions. We have an AI agent built into our CRM. That's a 24-hour. It books appointments. It communicates with our customers after hours. So we're utilizing that. And then just the basic stuff, right? So we're using Claude, ChatGPT, building out specific GPTs for the departments in the handbooks, so people are able to go in and get answers to specific questions quickly. And then using Claude just to digest all this data.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much as far as we've gotten.
This episode is brought to you by Jonathan Keim and the teams at 360 Commercial Roofing and Top Roof Marketing. If you own or manage commercial property, or you're a roofing contractor looking to grow, Jonathan has spent more than a decade helping businesses protect their buildings and scale through proven commercial roofing and marketing systems. His companies specialize in commercial roofing solutions, roof asset management, and marketing built specifically for the roofing industry. Whether you need a trusted commercial roofing partner or want to generate more qualified roofing leads, check out 360 Commercial Roofing or Top Roof Marketing. You can go to www.360, like 360, commercialroofing.com, and Top Roof Marketing, www.toproofmarketing.com. So what's next for you guys? You want to be at 100 million. What do you feel like is next for in the next 2, 3, 5 years?
So right now we're sitting down and we're looking at markets. We have to start looking for new markets, and then building out the teams to go out there and start putting this together. So
Yeah.
This year is just stabilizing everything that we have here at the headquarters, and then from here on out, just going out there and executing.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, what is the way you're marketing it? Because it's not necessarily like my HVAC is busted and I need someone, and I put it in Google. Like, do you find that with your marketing, you're having to educate people on what a concrete floor actually or a coating is, or how are you kind of acquiring the new clients now?
Yeah. So in the concrete coating space, the number one marketing source just for just about anybody is going to be Facebook, right? Meta ads. So you have the entire industry pouring money into Facebook. Facebook leads they're kind of like our aggregator leads, right? I mean, they're super cheap. You're competing with everybody for that same click. But what that does is it drives a ton of awareness, right? So if you have every single concrete coating company in one market advertising on Facebook, it drives a ton of awareness, right? Everybody's kind of pitching in. So we do a lot of Meta. We do PPC. Just starting OTT, and then we're going to start going back to some of the more traditional stuff because I feel like everybody's going to digital. So we got to start looking somewhere else.
Have you guys gotten any leads from Chat or Claude or Gemini? Has anybody walked in and be like, yeah, I found you guys on Gemini? Or
we just finally got it, right? We just started getting and we started with a new website SEO provider, and we're just starting to see that right now. It was really goofy. So even like 6 months ago, So we have the most 5-star reviews in the entire state, right? So like even 6 months ago, I'd go into chat and I would say, hey, who has the most 5-star reviews of any coding company in Minnesota? And what it would do is it would pull a company that's out of business, but they'd been around here for 20 years, so it'd keep pulling that company. But now we're
Hmm.
finally getting recognized on some of those platforms.
That's so cool. Alosha, what's something that we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up? It could be a hot take, it could be unrelated to business, could be something from your family, sports, anything. What's something that gets you fired up?
Man, I'm at that point in my life where I really, really love what I do. So my personal life is super boring. I love working 6, 7 days a week because there's nothing else that I'd rather do. Um, a hot take for me is I talk to a lot. I talk to a lot of people. I try to mentor a lot of people that are coming into the space right now. In those first year or two, because I made a ton of mistakes in those first 2 years. So it's like if you can avoid those things, you can go a lot further. The biggest thing that I would say is creating a vision, a long-term vision, communicating that with people. And I am a living proof of how a business can grow exponentially if you get other people involved. If we look at the first 2 to 3 years of the growth that we had with me doing everything to where we are today, I'm it's the people. All it is
Yep.
just the people. And another thing that so if we look at some of the earlier problems, we would sell our way out of the problems. Now I have the mentality of hiring our way out of problems. If there's a problem, we just hire for it, right? And then start utilizing some of the technologies that are out there too. There's so much out there, and finding the right people to guide us too. Because I can go online and I can type in how do I use AI in my business, but dude, I get so much and I get so overwhelmed. So we're going to be looking for people to guide our way into some of these technologies.
I love that. Well, what's the next? Let's say I'm listening to this show and I'm like, man, I want to check out my garage floor or something to get that coded. What's an easy next step I can take? Should I go on the website and fill out a form, or where would I go to learn more?
I'm still super old school. I'm a huge proponent of Google still, right? I would say I use that over any other AI platform. So, yeah, Google us, Google any company in your local markets. You get a lot of you're able to see a lot about other companies on Google.
I love that. All right, man. Well, if people want to learn more about who you are and what you do, where can they go?
Facebook, that's going to be the easiest way to find me. Alosha Pederson, there's probably only one Alosha Pederson out there, so you won't have a hard time finding me.
It is a unique name. Where does it come from?
I'm Russian.
You're Russian. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Love that. Love that.
Yep.
Well, Losha, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Don't go anywhere because I want to keep talking, but thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely.